Well, as you just saw, things didn't go quite as planned. Yeah, so I packed the car up. As you can see in the pictures, no trailer. Stuffed the car full. It wasn't a drag and drive event, so I didn't have to worry about unloading it multiple times. But it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good drive. 25 to 2,700 miles because we stopped in a few places. Stopped and saw my buddies at Viking. Chatted with them. Picked up a spare rear shock just in case. But honestly, with no trailer, it was a fantastic drive. Nothing like a little Texas Roadhouse. The magical buns. We went to Fuel Lab as well because I was suspicious about my race pump, but it turned out okay. You just got to get out and drive. Like, look at the scenery. It's fantastic. Blue skies all the way. Stopped and saw WAF Racing, Chris Wozniak. BS'd with him for a while. That was stayed overnight. Always great hospitality. And then we actually headed down through the Smoky Mountains. What a drive that was. Look at that curvy road. Fantastic in a GTO. Stopped and saw a few of our favorite people. Fellow stick car drivers, Chris Moore and Stephen Plemons from More Horsepower. And then, a little bit of testing right off the bat. Fantastic to see all those guys. We've had a whole bunch of these guys on the podcast, and the goal to go down here was just to qualify in the top 32. So I could, be the only guy who drove down there and qualified with that group. It was pretty awesome to see all these cars. I've watched Grannis for a long time, and pretty neat to talk to them in person and see them all. As you will see here shortly, I actually went in heavyweight as well, and I ended up qualifying in heavyweight and in stick. Had a blast meeting Garrett Leach, hanging out with him. And then after a long drive, switched over, put some race plugs back in, checked the lash. I tell you what, this Crowder valve train, awesome. Never adjusted one, just checked them. Then some fresh driven oil, and here you can see, qualified in both classes, heavyweight and in stick. Didn't change the car over, just drove it back and forth to the hotel.
That is Jonathan Miller out of the 2014 model Mustang.
Thought I'd throw in here that this was blind qualifying, so none of the stick guys knew what each other were running, and it was really to prevent sandbagging. It was a good idea, actually.
83-year-old father showing up here in his 1965 GTO. He's left-hand side. Right-hand side is the Speedy Petey Corvette ride. That is Ryan Pedersen. Both of them in. Both of them leave the starting line, and Guido knocks the tires loose. Ryan on a good pass. And he will complete. A couple of classic GM rides coming up next. I would be very happy to own either one of these two cars, Richard Guido and Anthony Lentini. Lentini, right-hand side, out of Wisconsin, 1970 model Chevrolet Nova. It's a single turbo ride for the Gen 3 Nova with a stick in the tunnel. He'll line up with Richard Guido. Guido is out of Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. They call him the Canadian Chuck Norris. He drove 2,700 miles to be here at Car Braggin rights. Him and his 83-year-old dad. And it is a Pontiac-powered Pontiac GTO, 1965 model. Both of them, good. It looks solid on both sides. And we'll get good runs out of both cars. It looks like they kept them in the center, and it was a nice lap.
So many cool cars. Great to see Grubworm, see John Rogers' car. Yeah, the pits. It was awesome to see all the rigs and cool cars and trucks. Good luck. Here's the stick class. Look at that. We're going to have a great run today, right?
Yes, sir. We're going down the track today, baby.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, just don't go faster than me.
I'll try.
Got a couple imports.
So it looks like in the pursuit of an 805, Brandon was going so fast he flew the glass out. By the way, in case you're curious, ladies and gentlemen, when you
Good luck,
blow
sir.
glass out of the left side of the Honda, as the blowing glass out of the Honda left side. So what is
front end.
when you blow glass out of the left side of the Honda?
Damn, that thing looks good. Good luck today. Good pass last night, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, looked good. John Rogers got a V8 in this thing now. Here's Sarah.
Essentially, we live together, we pay bills together, we got a dog.
830s?
No. A to B. You going?
No, I ain't. You see how heavy my thing is?
That don't mean shit. nice. We got that Cadillac that's going 830.
That's true.
But good luck.
Yeah, you too. Why do you look like you didn't get any sleep last night?
I got some sleep, but
That's good.
these two, they stayed up all night putting dog drinks in my stuff.
I know, I saw.
Crazy.
That's a fun race last night.
Man, it was a blast, man. We
Yeah.
killed it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a new PB mile an hour for me. It wasn't a new PBET, but yeah, you were hauling ass.
Man, that's PBET, PB all across the board,
That's
man.
awesome.
I can't complain.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Real chill. It is gonna be. Geez, how fast do we all need to go to qualify? I'm over
I ain't
there
even
heavyweight.
qualified yet.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So we just got it together and it spun 30 feet out last night. So
Oh, you'll get it this time.
we made at least we had a small data point to kind of see. So we
Yeah.
had a very educated guess. I ain't trying. I'd be happy with the 8-second right now. I don't care. I've never cared about the number. Like,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just with all that fueling injector change and all
Oh,
that stuff.
that's a lot of changes.
Everything.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And
I was,
stick.
and like last night when it spun, it backfired. I was paranoid from the burst panel fault, so I didn't lay back in. I could have like if I'd looking at that, that's all it was. It just it spun, hit a red
Yeah.
lemmer. It was a normal pop, but
Makes you
I was still
oh, yeah.
paranoid, and I just floated down. Like I would have laid back in for a qualifying pass.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, you'll get it today. It's not too bad out, so as long as, you know.
Yeah, it's nice out. So.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
Good
brother.
luck,
I'll
bud.
see y'all. Thank
Yeah.
you.
There it is. Grub worm. Where's your dad?
He's got one of those air conditioned
Oh,
box seats.
Oh, does he?
A friend of his came and he got some issues with his legs,
Oh, yeah.
so he can't really walk and get around. So they just done a box seat.
Perfect. At least he's here still.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can lay him down on the ground if you need to put him to work, right?
All right, so our stick shift class.
All right, here's the end of the stick class.
Our next pair, Kyle Miller and Justin Sullivan, a couple of Mustangs on the starting line. How you doing? Kyle Miller left me inside the last one. Justin Sullivan, unfortunately, as hard as this guy is trying to get this down, every single bump of the road.
Well, good luck today.
Thanks, you too, brother.
I'm in heavyweight, so.
Oh, yeah? You're not doing this?
Well, yeah, it was great to meet some of the Tick Performance guys. They were there after qualifying in heavyweight. I had to add some more weight to the clutch because it was not happy with the extra 200 pounds. I was fortunate enough to park beside Billy and the family. There you go. Adding a little weight.
To be the number one qualifier in the pro class with an 867 and 157. Angel Blanco, car number 303, is your number one qualifier in pro stick shift. Angel Blanco, car number 303. After all that, all right. Luckily standing right here. Number two qualifier, Richard Guido in stick shift pro. With an 869 and 168.
Yeah, Rick.
Steve Schrader.
So the top qualifier was 8.679. So we subtract a tenth of a second from that, and that becomes our breakout. So 8.6 becomes 8.579. First pair, Clint Briddick, right-hand side. Richard Guido, the Canadian Chuck Norris fan. He's in complete control, but needs to stay slower than 8:57, and he will do so. 8:73, getting out of the gas early at 148 miles an hour. That'll move the Pontiac-powered GTO. Richard Guido, left-hand side. Chad Tracy out of New Jersey on the right-hand side. The F-150 with the Coyote on board. And Richard Guido, left side. The Pontiac-powered GTO. Starting line and Guido. A nice launch at the 6 speed, and he will get to that finish line first. He'll go 8:99 at 1:55 in the GTO. Truck goes 10:52, 1:35. Decent effort by Richard Guido. Richard Guido, left-hand side. Chad Tracy out of New Jersey on the right-hand side. The F-150 with the Coyote on board. And Richard Guido, left side. The Pontiac-powered GTO. Starting line and Guido. A nice launch at the 6 speed, and he will get to that finish line first. He'll go 8:99 at 1:55 in the GTO. Truck goes 10:52, 1:35. Decent effort by Richard Guido.
So you can get in third. You start doing this more. What do you do to balance out the left?
Oh, you swing her over.
Oh,
You swing her over your head, yeah.
There we go. Oh damn, my left's definitely not as strong. Only you.
Back underway with Richard Guido and Kyle Miller in the stick shift class. Win light will come on for the Canadian Chuck Norris. 887 at 152 in the GTO. 909 at 160 as Miller gave chase. We'll get started with Richard Guido and Steve Schrader. Steve Schrader, right-hand side, the yellow Mustang. Schrader qualified with an 872. Just a heartbeat or two behind Richard Guido. The man is on the left side of the racetrack. Guido, the 1965 model Mustang. Drove the car over 2,700 miles to race it here from Canada. Man doesn't even own a truck or trailer. He once drove it over 30,000 miles to participate in numerous drag and drive events during 1 year of operation. 521 cubic inches of Pontiac on board with a big single turbo. He'll line up against Steve Schrader. Schrader in the New Edge Mustang. The modular power plant on board. Again, these two come in here separated by just a couple hundredths of a second. Who will go to the final? Whole shot will go to Steve Schrader. Guido is right alongside of him. Out in front just a little bit, and the win light will come on for Steve Schrader. Schrader goes 893 to get around Richard Guido's 888.
Yeah, so my dumbass let off at 7 seconds and I pulled the chute. Oh man, I was pissed off. All the way home I was pissed off.
This should be Tony and I.
yeah, I had 2,500 miles to think about my mistake. You know, yeah, you're pissed off at yourself, and then you go through Kentucky, and it's hard to tell, but this is where a tornado went through both sides of the road, just devastation. You could see people's houses wiped out, and then you remember that, you know, losing the race isn't that bad. Might make you mad, but look at what these people are dealing with. And yeah, it gives you a bit of a reality check. Can't really complain that much when you know, your problems are doing something you love and just not doing it well enough. So as you can see, like whole like areas, kind of hard to tell from the video, but whole sections were wiped out. Once again, 1320 videos, fantastic. They took so many great pictures. Yeah, except for that one there, that might be a police officer. But yeah, I always appreciate those guys and all they do. But enjoy. And until next time, this guy is going to be doing a whole bunch of bracket racing to try to get better at cutting better lights. My drag and drive career has not done me any favors as far as heads up racing. So I need to get better. I will get better. And I will be coming for Tony one way or another. At least make it to the final so I can race him. Anyways, enjoy. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all of the support and all the love my dad gets at the tracks. They treat him like a king. It's pretty cool. And like this next statement says, if you knew you couldn't play tomorrow, what would you play today? Anyway, so good hanging out with friends. We had such a great time. Yeah, enjoy. And until next time, thanks to all the sponsors. Yeah, my Billy Button and Viking and Crower, Muscle Motors. Yeah, there's lots of great folks helping out. Cars all back and clean, ready for some more action. Can't wait.